Hey guys, Titan Preparers, welcome to another episode of Ecoflow Fridays. Today's video, we are not testing the 1300. Instead, we're testing the big boy, Ecoflow Delta Pro, on the big freezer right here, the big 6-foot tall stand-up freezer. Now, I do have the Delta here. It is part of a different video, but it is 9 o'clock. So let's hit this button right here. We're at 99%. Ecoflow Delta Pro is running the big tall stand-up freezer. The Delta ran it a couple weeks ago in a different video, ran the big freezer for 22 hours. So you will see me kind of standing beside the both of them, trying to do two videos at one time. No time-lapse video for this, because I'm assuming it's going to take a while. Right, so 22 hours on the stand-up freezer for the 1.3 kW unit. The Delta Pro down here is 3.6 kW. So almost 3 times the size. So I'm not putting 66 hours worth of footage in a video. That'd be ridiculous. So one thing I already find interesting is on this Delta Pro unit, it says that active time, right, it's 128 watts right now, 127, something like that. It says it will run it for 23 hours. Even if it doesn't shut off, 23 hours is still already longer than 22 hours for the unit above it. So I'm assuming it's probably going to run a lot longer. Hey guys, we're at the 7-hour update. Put the kids for bed. And then I fell asleep myself while doing this test. So it is 3:51 in the morning, almost 4 o'clock in the morning. Started this test at 9 o'clock at night. The Delta Pro is running fine. 88% remaining, 18 hours remaining. The big freezer just has kicked on, so even if it remained with that unit on at 150, 145 watts, we're still looking at 18 hours. Yeah, obviously this unit is going to last longer than the Delta right here, the Delta 1300. By how much? I don't know. But we are 7 hours in, which is a third of, the 22-hour test. And we're at 88%. So, yeah, I would say that this one's going to last for a while. The 6 a.m. update for the Ecoflow Delta Pro, we started the test at 9 p.m. last night. So we're looking at 9 hours right now. Again, this Delta Pro is running this big stand-up freezer. The little one is running the little one. If you haven't already seen that video, I'll link it down below. But again, let's check the Delta Pro. 83%. So with the Delta Pro, you can plug it up to Wi-Fi. So you see the Wi-Fi, the Bluetooth Wi-Fi flashing on the screen right about there. So that is something interesting you can do from the Delta Pro to the Delta, is you could set this up on Wi-Fi. You can set this up on like a Bluetooth enabled device. And then that way, let's say you're not home. Let's say you have this already plugged up to your unit, making it act as like a UPS backup. Or maybe you have something that is plugged into it that you only run when the power goes out, right? What you can do is you can enable it to your phone, and then you can use the app to control it, as long as it has the Wi-Fi, right? So maybe the power goes out, you plug your Wi-Fi up to it, giving you Wi-Fi enabled, hotspot, and then now you can control it, right? And so the good thing about that is, even if the power goes out and I've got it hooked up to this freezer and I think, ooh, I'm not going to get enough solar input today, or maybe I'm down to my last 10% and I want to save it till tomorrow, right? I can sit here and I can control this unit, the Delta Pro, from my phone. I know a lot of people who have plugged the Delta Pro up to the smart home generator or the smart home panel. So they have the sub panel and they've got it connected to the Delta Pro, and they can sit there and they can monitor their whole house. And so let's say the kids leave and they leave the lights on, right? They can go through their app and shut the entire bedroom off. Not individual circuits, but just, kids aren't there, let's shut everything off. But yeah, we're 9 hours in, almost. At 6 a.m. we'll be 9 hours in, and 83%. Official 2 o'clock numbers. I got to go to work. So, Ecoflow Delta is on 37% left. And then the Delta Pro is on 71%. So neither are currently running right now. Again, we're at, I don't know, I'll put it on the screen, amount of hours. Yeah, anyway. So, I gotta go to work. These will be running all night. I'll check them in the morning.
Alright, about 8:30. Almost at the 24-hour mark. About 7 hours since there was a last update. The bottom one, we're still going. So it is currently at 60%. I don't remember what it was 7 hours ago. But I've been periodically keeping check on it. It's pretty steady. I don't think it's went down very much in the last 7 hours.
27-hour update. So we started the Ecoflow Delta Pro last night at 9 p.m. It went all day, and now it is 12 p.m. midnight the next day. So it has hit the 24-hour mark, and now it's 3 hours past the 24-hour. On 54%. So my thought is we can get a whole nother day out of this. I'm thinking more like 9 p.m. tomorrow. So 48 hours of runtime and then some, right? And so that's going to be, I might have to set up a time lapse to see when it shuts off again. Didn't do a full time lapse because doing 2 days of time lapsing on this would make this a very long video. But now we know, right? We're at 27 hours. We're going to check it again in the morning, and we'll see. We'll talk about it. Almost 36-hour update. Me and the wife are going places today, so, it ran all night last night. It's now 8 a.m. in the morning. So this is day 2 of it running, right? So it's already ran for 24 hours. So now we're on the 12-hour mark from the 24-hour mark. So we're at 36 hours. 36 hours, 41%. I think 48 hours is going to be no problem, right? So that's another 12 hours. The bigger question is, will it go a full 2.5 days or 3 days? All right, y'all. So we are just getting home. We've been kind of busy all day, but it is 9:30 at night. You don't see the sun shining through the window behind me. So we are at 48 hours and 30 minutes technically, but 48 hours. She's still running right now. 17% currently running. 4 hours remaining if this kept up. 48 hours is a hit. Past that, right, I was thinking it would run probably another 12 hours past the 48 mark and hit 60. I don't know. It would have 11 hours and 30 minutes to go on 17% of the battery. Now, 17% of this battery is a lot bigger than 17% of the Delta 1300, obviously. We're at 17%. This is a larger battery. Are we gonna say another? I'm thinking at least another 12. Alright, so 9 a.m. Are you saying 12, 18, 24? What time do you think it'll shut off?
12 p.m. tomorrow.
12, like noon?
Yeah, like noon.
So you're saying another 12 hours and then plus 3?
Sure.
So 15 hours?
Sure, I don't know.
15 for 17%?
Sure, I don't know.
She's saying 15, I'll say 18. Alright, y'all. So the last update was at 9:30. It is now 1:30 in the morning. Me and my wife keep making these bold predictions, and these things keep dropping real quick right at the end. So at 9:30, right, 4 hours ago, we were at 17%. We were at 10%. 7% in, 4 hours? At this rate, I think it'll be dead by, like, maybe 5 o'clock, maybe 6 o'clock in the morning. We're losing, almost 2% per hour. But if you can get, 55, 60 hours out of this thing, it's not bad. But yeah, like I said, I'll keep you guys updated. And we got a time lapse in case it dies off. But a couple more trips around, and I think she'll be dead. So we shall see. Alright, y'all, last and final update for the evening. It is still dark out. It is 3 o'clock in the morning. The last update was at 1:30. So we're doing a 90-minute update. We were at 10%. Now we are at 7%. 2% per hour. We have 7% remaining. What is that? 3.5 hours left. If it continues the numbers. This will be the final update for the evening. I will still time lapse it and see exactly what time it dies, because I figure it'll die a little bit before we wake up in the morning time. But again, it's a freezer, so it can last for 24 hours with not being actually plugged in. But I'll see the full numbers of it, what it can do. As of right now, right at 3 o'clock in the morning, we are 6 hours into the day 3. Alright guys, testing is complete on the Ecoflow Delta Pro with the stand-up freezer. So we know it lasted for 24 hours. That was an easy test. We know it lasted for 48 hours. That was also an easy test. It officially shut down this morning at 6:38 this morning. We started the testing at 9 p.m. It ran for 24 hours, it ran for 48 hours, and it ran an additional 9 hours and 37 minutes or 38 minutes. That is a grand total of 57 hours with no solar input, with no additional batteries plugged up to it. 57 hours to run a freezer. So what we're going to do is we're going to test it against the small freezer and see if we have any different results from it this time, because the small freezer did last for 22 hours on the Delta 1300, and then the stand-up freezer also lasted for 22 hours. So we're going to see if there's any difference with the Ecoflow Delta Pro running on it. Again, 57 hours and 38 minutes. That's not bad, right? Not bad at all. What we're going to do is we're going to plug it up to the chest freezer. We're going to let it run, and then we're going to discuss the results, not next week, but the week after. So again, 57 hours, no solar input, nothing was added to it. We do have the screenshot when it went down this morning. So hopefully you guys are enjoying these testing videos. Come back next week. We'll be plugging up to the chest freezer. Come back the week after, and we will discuss the results. But yeah, that's all I got for today's video. Again, hopefully you guys enjoy, and y'all stay safe out there. That's all I got. T2 out.